Okay, welcome to Hinchy Gymnasium for the matchup of the West Rutland JV against the Whitcomb JV. This game is a rematch of Saturday's game that was handled fairly easily by West Rutland with like a 40-point win. Opening tip comes off to Drake Jankowski, was first one to get it, but comes off and they missed the layup. West Rutland probably dropped back in their traditional man-to-man. That's what it looks like what they're doing. Ball's up, number 42, off. And nice rebound, pulled down by Matt Brown. Drake Jankowski picks up his first foul of the game. So on the floor for West Rutland to start tonight, Eric Maxim, Keaton Wright Chapman, Kyle Laughlin, Matt Hart, and Drake Jankowski for the Whitcomb Hornets. Number 12, Matt Brown. Number 14, Gavin Bean. Number 15, Kyle Schumann. Number 42, Lucas Decato. And number 22, Marcus Harrington. First shot is no good. Second one up for Matt Brown. Rolls off the front of the rim. Rebound is grabbed by Drake Jankowski, but loses it out of bounds. The West Rutland Golden Horde are undefeated on the season. I think they currently are 4-0. Rebound comes down to Kyle Laughlin. Laughlin takes a couple dribbles, gets it to Maxim in the middle of the floor, is pushing it up the floor. Looks to get it to Jankowski. Jankowski up, little bump, no call. Misses the layup. Rebound gathered by Turner. Turner puts the ball into the post. Matt Hart guarding Decato. Decato up with a miss. Jankowski rips down the rebound. Maxim forward to Laughlin, but that is going to be no good. Shuffled his feet. Kyle's got to run on one side of the lane or the other there to make that an easier catch and make for himself. Running right down the center is a tough catch. So Turner brings the ball up, picked up by Maxim. Comes over half court. Looks like they're trying to set a screen. Turner still with the ball. Maxim covering him. And he tries to make a pass, but his teammate's not looking for that pass. He's looking for the screen, and it goes out of bounds. So 0-0 still. A little over a minute into the game. So it's the first time West Rutland's going to set up their offense. Look like they're trying to get some easy baskets over the top early. Keaton Wright Chapman with the ball, skips it over to Maxim. Maxim resetting the offense. Gets the ball to Laughlin. Laughlin a couple dribbles over to Chapman. Chapman gets it to Hart. Hart to Maxim in the corner. Looking for the cutter. Hits Drake Jankowski down in the post. Up. No good. Gets his own rebound. Up again. No good. Matt Hart up. No good. So a lot of easy misses early in this game for West Rutland. Turner brings the ball up across court. Still covered by Maxim. Nice step through by Kyle Laughlin on the steal. Goes up. No good. Maxim with the rebound. Tosses up off the glass. No good. Gets his own follow with the rebound. Kicks it out to Laughlin. Laughlin for the three, and it's good. So finally the scoreless tie is broken. 3-0 West Rutland on a Laughlin three-pointer. Turner bringing the ball up again for the Hornets. Standing just over the timeline, waiting for his offense to set up. Kicks it to the corner to Decato. Decato back up top to Bean. Bean gets his pocket picked. No backcourt because his last touch by Keaton Wright Chapman. Screen set. Get a switch on the screen. Drake Jankowski now on Turner, or on Bean. Bean over to Decato. Decato picks up his dribble. Matt Hart's guarding him. Not a place to go. Bean with the ball. Thinks about a three. Behind the back pass. Gets it to his teammate. Drives the baseline. Gets caught up on the baseline. And travels. So 5:06, 3-0. Golden Horde in front right now. Maxim comes up, calling out the play. Gets it to Chapman. Chapman, a couple dribbles, gets it over to Matt Hart at the top of the key, kicks it to Laughlin. Laughlin, a couple dribbles back to Keaton Wright Chapman. And Donnie Dunches has seen enough, so he's going to call a timeout. So coach is probably going to talk to him about their energy, being a vacation, first game over a vacation break. Guys don't really seem focused. I know they had a 9 o'clock shoot around this morning, so we know they're up out of bed. getting ready to go. The other possibility is, as easy as the game was the other day, I think the Golden Horde had a 20-point lead after quarter one. I think they thought that this Hornet team was not going to come in and play them tough. So we'll see what they do when they come out of the timeout, what Coach Don Dunches Sr. has to say to them. They're all smiling, so probably wasn't too good of a butt chewing. So West Rutland inbound the ball. Gonna put the ball in play with Drake Jankowski on the sideline. So ball into play, gets it to Maxim. Maxim comes across the timeline, looking to set it up over to Chapman. Chapman to Hart. Hart to Laughlin. Laughlin to the corner to Maxim, takes a couple dribbles, looking for something. Reset the offense, get to Chapman, get to Hart. Hart looks to shoot. Laughlin gets the pass, but is fouled by number 22, Harrington. So it'll be West Rutland ball, inbounding from the sideline with Jankowski again. The ball comes into Eric Maxim in the backcourt. Takes a couple dribbles up, gets it to Wright Chapman. Wright Chapman puts the ball on the deck, gets it to Laughlin. Laughlin takes a couple dribbles, gets it to Matt Hart. Hart to Jankowski in the corner. Good movement by the West Rutland Golden Horde. Nice move by Drake Jankowski, and he finally gets that layup to drop. He was able to beat his man off the dribble, and the Hornet defenders just lost sight of Jankowski. He was able to go in with an easy right-handed layup. Turner comes up across the line, gets it to number 22, Harrington. Harrington out to Bean. Bean puts up a long three, off cylinder, no good. Rebound down to Jankowski, gets it to Maxim. Maxim comes up across the timeline, gets it to Chapman. Chapman to Jankowski in the post, battling. Looked like a lot of contact there. A nice catch by Matt Hart on the backside and finishes with two. 7-0 West Rutland Golden Horde. Bean's gonna take over the point for Whitcomb, picked up by Wright Chapman. Ball's kicked to number 22, Harrington. Harrington gives the ball up. Maxim on the defense at the timeline. Harrington up off the glass, no good. Keaton Wright Chapman, sorry, my bad. Kyle Laughlin picks up the rebound, gets it to Maxim. Maxim out to Chapman for three. 10-0. So nothing was falling for the Golden Horde, now everything's falling. Dean brings it up across the timeline, picked up by Chapman, kicks it over to Ducato. Ducato dribbling outside the three-point arc. Matt Hart sagging off him. Now he's going to pick him up because he picked up his dribble. Gets the ball into Turner. Turner guarded by Maxim. Puts the ball on the deck, gets it back to Ducato. Ducato forces Hart down deep in the post. Nice rebound. Couldn't see who got that for Whitcomb. Brought down by Laughlin. Laughlin tries to get the foul of Maxim and turns it over. Bean dribbles across, kicks it out top, back to Bean. And Wright Chapman is able to deflect it. And must have been last touch by Whitcomb. So Jankowski and Wright Chapman come out of the game. Mikey Barrett and Riley Dow coming in for the Golden Horde. So Laughlin will be putting the ball in the play to Maxim in the backcourt. Maxim brings it up across the timeline, looking to set up the play. Kicks it to Matt Hart down in the post. No good. Mikey Barrett grabs the rebound, throws it up off the glass, and it's good. 12-0 Golden Horde. Mike Barrett's going to be picking up Dean. Good defense, keeping him outside the three-point arc, dribbling back and forth. Might be close to a 5 count. Oh, gets rid of the ball. Ball's back over to Turner. Turner gets a nice screen, and the ball's deflected. Maxim looks to throw the long ball over the top to Laughlin. Is not able to get it, but gets it back. Looks like he's going to go all the way. Up off the glass and good. Maxim with the steal and the layup on the other end. Golden Horde has clamped down defensively. They still haven't given up a point. It's 14-0. Turner back on the point. Gets a screen. Balls to the corner to Harrington. Harrington back to Harrington. looking to find somebody in the post. Nice cut by Turner. And first bucket of the night for Whitcomb comes on Turner's nice layup backdoor cut. Maxim comes up across timeline, covered by Bean now. Laughlin takes a couple dribbles, gets it to Barrett, Barrett to Maxim. Maxim picks up a screen by Riley Dow, and looks like they called him for an illegal screen. Yeah, confirmed by the official, the illegal screen. Didn't see what he did, if he stuck his leg out, but calls the call. Whitcomb's ball. Ball down into the post. Number 12 kicks it back out to Turner. Turner puts it on the deck. Nice driving runner. Up and in. Maxim brings the ball up out of the timeline. 30 seconds to go here in the quarter. Gets it over to Barrett. Barrett takes a couple dribbles, gets it into Dow. Dow throws the pass out to Laughlin. Laughlin to Maxim. Maxim dribbles, gets it to Dow in the short corner. Thought Riley was going to put that one up. Oh, nice pass by Dow. Back to Matt Hart. That was a great ball movement. 10 seconds to go for West Rutland. Eric Maxim throws it up off. And Maxim's coming off limping a little bit. Looks like he might have gone knee-to-knee. So we're going to stay right here. End of the first quarter, 14-4. Nice thing for West Rutland is I believe they have 5 different scorers in that quarter. It might even been 6 out of the 14 points. They were able to hit a couple three-pointers for the Whitcomb Hornets. Only scorer for them is Turner, and both of those came in the last minute of the quarter. One was a really nice backdoor cut. Another one was a nice drive off a screen. Got a runner in the lane. So we'll reset for West Rutland coming out. We got Drake Jankowski, Eric Maxim, Riley Dow, Garrett Waite, and Tyler Sanderson. And for the Whitcomb Hornets, we have number 32, who is not in our program, number 12, Matt Brown, number 4, Gabriel Finnery, and number 5, Turner, and number 42, Ducato. So Maxim gets the ball in the backcourt, gets it to Jankowski. Jankowski takes a couple dribbles. He picks up his dribble, looks backdoor to Maxim. Maxim up off the glass with his left hand. That was a great find from up top by Jankowski. I think he got caught up and picked up his dribble, but kept his vision and was able to find the cutter. Turner with the ball, kicks it to the corner to Brown. Brown takes a couple dribbles, swings it over to Finnery. Finnery takes a couple dribbles, left-handed dribble, gets caught up on the sideline, gets it back to Brown. Brown, nice runner, and looks like that might be Drake Jankowski's second. That's what it looked like he was looking at. Yep. So Drake Jankowski got him on the arm as he was going for that runner. So that's number 2, team foul number 3. So number 12, unorthodox foul shooting, shoots off right-hand side. Matt Brown. It's up and short. So 16-4, 7:23 in the second quarter. So second one for Brown is up. Off the back of the iron, no good. Jankowski rips down the rebound. He's gonna bring it up over the timeline. He's got his head up, puts it on the floor, drives to the corner, gets it over in the corner. Looking for somebody to give the ball up to. Gets it into Tyler and Sanderson. Tyler Sanderson tries battling up through the contact, not able to make it. Nice block by Whitcomb, number 40, Morris. Turner with the ball, being guarded by Maxim into Morris in the post. Nice defense by Riley Dow closing that off. Gets back out to Turner. Turner gets a screen from Morris. Rebound comes down, Maxim gets the rebound. Turner's riding him up the sideline, cuts it back to the middle. Finnery's got cover on Maxim, gets it to Garrett Waite. Garrett Waite for the 3 ball. Off the glass, no good. Jankowski with a nice rebound. Gets it to Riley Dow. Riley Dow up to Jankowski. Jankowski resets the offense, slides it back, kicks it over to Maxim. Maxim's looking for the cutter, gets it to Riley Dow at the top of the key. Gets over to Garrett Waite. Garrett Waite puts the ball in the deck, goes around his man. Nice drive, goes up and is fouled. Garrett Waite, his first action in a long time, very active member of the Rutland community play group, and just did a huge Christmas performance at the Paramount, so he was away from the team for a little while, so this is his first action in a while. Drives to the basket, earns the foul, and now he gets 2 foul shots. First one's up, and off the back line, no good. Keaton Wright Chapman is coming in for Riley Dow. So Garrett Waite at the line, shoot his second of 2. First one was no good, 16-4, West Rutland in the lead. Second one's up, and that one's perfect. So the ball gets put into play to Turner. Turner comes up across the timeline. Can be picked up by Maxim, but he's sagging off, holding on the 3-point line. Kicks it to Finnery. Finnery's picked up by Waite. Back to Turner. Maxim's got Turner. Picks up his dribble, kicks it to the corner. The 32 is not in our program. Finnery, little lefty, makes the pass to number 12. Comes to Chapman. Chapman gets it to Maxim. Maxim's pushing up the floor. Finnery's picking him up. Maxim comes off the screen, dishes it to Jankowski in the post, and goes up off the glass with his left hand a little bit short. Greg Jankowski is going to see layups in his dreams tonight, I think. West Rutland's moving the ball really well, getting a lot of opportunities. 17-4, but could be a lot higher for the Golden Horde at this point. Ball's kicked over the corner by Jankowski to Chapman. Back to Garrett Waite. Garrett Waite takes a couple dribbles, gets his pocket picked at the foul line, and turns it over, number 32. Turner brings it up across the line. Maxim's going to pick him up, looking to work off the screen. Maxim picks him off, fights over the top of the screen. Finnery in the corner with Waite. Screen by number 12. Gets it in. Turner, number 32's up and short. Rebound down by Morris. That one's long. Up, no good. Maxim picks up the ball, fires it forward to Chapman. Chapman back to Waite. Waite to Maxim. Maxim hesitation, drives the lane and up and off the back of the iron and good. So great hustle play by Keaton Wright Chapman to save that, gets it to Jankowski, to Waite. Waite fires it to Maxim, who gets a one-handed runner up the lane. Turner with the dribble up on the top of the key, gets over in the corner to Brown. Brown up top to Finnery. Finnery walks around the corner on Waite, and we get a held ball. Great hustle play by Garrett Waite down in the corner. And he'll come out of the game, and Laughlin will go back in. So 19-4, and it will be the Hornets ball in the alternate possession. Coming back in for Marwoski is in for Finnery, and I didn't see the other sub for the Hornets. I heard the horn blow. I believe it's number 42, Ducato, returned into the game. Nope, 22, Harrington. 3 ball from the corner by Turner is good. So the Hornets have 7 points on the day, and Turner has all 7. Maxim brings the ball up across the timeline. Nice feed down to, down to Tyler. And we got a double dribble. A lot of frantic action. Got a double dribble, they're gonna put it down on the end line. Gonna inbound it under the West Rutland Golden Horde's offensive basket with Jankowski. Jankowski gets the ball into Chapman. Chapman goes up off the glass, but doesn't get it to fall. Turner comes up across the line. Maxim with the guard gets rubbed off on a screen. Back to Turner. Turner puts it up, but is fouled by Sanderson. I believe it was on the shot. Yep, they're setting up. So Turner's going to go on the line on the Sanderson foul. So 19-7. Turner, the offense for Whitcomb, is at the line. See if he can add to a 7-point total on the night. First one's up, rattles around and falls off the front of the rim. Matt Hart's checking in for Sanderson. So 19-7, 3:46 to go in the second quarter. Team fouls, 4 for West Rutland, 2 for Whitcomb. Turner for his second is up, bounces around, falls off the side of the rim. Last touch by the Golden Horde, so it's going to be green ball under their offensive backboard. Ball's put into Turner. Turner throws it in to number 32, kicks it up top, over to 31, Mikowski, kicks it back across to Brown. Brown puts it on the deck, but gets it stripped by Maxim. Maxim puts the ball on the deck, goes end to end, up off the backboard and good. So Turner comes up across, sets up their offense, kicks it to number 22, Harrington, but he shuffled his feet before he put that on the deck. Nice runner, but the whistle came before the make. So Jankowski's going to put it into play for Maxim. Maxim comes up across the timeline, picked up by Turner now. Gets the ball over to Wright Chapman. Wright Chapman puts it on the deck. Running one-handers, no good. Matt Hart, great rebound in position. Nice follow and puts it up and in. Matt Hart has had the knack for grabbing rebounds throughout his career through middle school. He gets a lot of rebounds. He's very smart about positioning. That ball's put on the deck, and the runner doesn't go. The second chance goes to number 32. Ball's put into play. Maxim's bringing it up, 23-9. 2:37 to go here in the second quarter. Gets it over to Wright Chapman. Wright Chapman puts it on the deck, kicks it over to Maxim in the post. Great pass. And Matt Hart there, man on the spot again. I think that's Matt Hart's 4th offensive rebound of the game, and I think he's got 3 made baskets off the offensive rebound. So great hustle by Matt Hart there, not anticipating that it was going to go in. Shot goes up by Barkowski, comes down to Laughlin. Laughlin fires a bullet pass. So Mike Barrett's going to come into the game. Oh, so they gave the ball back to West Rutland there. I thought it went off Maxim's hand, but Mike Barrett comes on for Maxim. So Keaton Wright Chapman's going to run the point. Gets to the Barrett, who gets stuffed by number 22, Harrington. Great block by Harrington. Turner, great hustle play, but as he's diving for that ball to save it, touched the line before he threw it back into play. So Wright Chapman gets it into Jankowski. So it looks like Jankowski and Wright Chapman are going to take over the point guard duties with Maxim on the bench. Jankowski's dribbling up the top of the arc, kicks over to Wright Chapman. Wright Chapman waiting for the cutter, kicks it to Barrett, and Barrett is fouled by Harrington on the pass. So Barrett's going to throw the ball into play for the Golden Horde from the sideline. So ball's put into play, and bad pass turned over. Turner goes in, makes the bucket, and I believe that's Turner again. So out of the 11 points for the Hornets, Turner has 9 of them, and he's got a chance to make it an even 10 out of 12. So a turnover leads to a fast break, and Wright Chapman picks up his first foul of the night. Turner at the line to shoot 1, and that is good. So 25-12, 1:37 to go here in the first half. Wright Chapman brings the ball up across the timeline. Turner's going to pick him up, kicks the ball over to Jankowski, goes off his fingertips and out of bounds. Turner kicks it, throws the ball into play to Markowski and back to Turner. Turner picked up by Barrett, puts the ball on the deck, gets all the way to the rim, and is fouled by Barrett. So Turner's going to go back to the line. Turner's done a nice job drawing contact and earning his way to the line. He missed his first 2, but he was able to make the second of his and 1 to make it a 3-point play, so shooting 2. First one's off the back of the iron and no good. 1:20 to go, 25-12. Golden Horde in the lead here in the second quarter. That foul went to number 32, Barrett. Second one is no good. Laughlin brings down the rebound, and it looks like he's going to take the point guard duties. So he throws it over to Barrett. Barrett, the runner, off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound is pulled down by number 32. Thrown back to him and gets it over to Turner. So a minute to go here in West Rutland. 13-point lead for the Golden Horde. Turner comes up, crossover on Barrett, throws it into the post to number 42. Kicks it out, and number 42 just got called for 3 seconds. Looked like he was trying to find the edge of the lane, but he never made it out. So Jankowski's going to throw it into Chapman. Chapman's going to run the point that's threw up the floor. Brings it across the timeline, kicks it over to Jankowski, thinks about the three, puts it on the deck with the left hand. The runner right to Matt Hart in the short corner, and a nice finish by Matt Hart. It was a great dribble drive with the kick out by Jankowski on that. Turner comes across the timeline, picked up by Barrett again, looking for screens. Kicks the ball to Markowski. Markowski dribbles in the corner, picks up his dribble. Jankowski gets caught on the backside. Rebound by Matt Hart. Matt Hart throws it up to Keaton Wright Chapman. 13 seconds to go, dribbles behind his back. Dribbles it up, looking at the clock. Chapman drives, fires up off the glass. I think he didn't think he had much time. Half court, three-quarter court attempt. A lot of contact there at the end, but no call. Off the iron. So at halftime, the West Rutland Golden Horde have a 15-point lead, 27-12. We'll be back for second half action after a short break. Okay, so we're back in action. Reset the score, 27-12. Start the third quarter. On the floor for the Golden Horde are Maxim, Jankowski, Wright Chapman, Laughlin, and Hart. For Whitcomb, we have Turner. Ball's deflected into the backcourt off that handoff pass. Reset them when we get a second. Chapman kicks over Maxim. Maxim drives in. Nice seal. A lot of contact there. No call. Drake Jankowski battles for the rebound, loses it to Turner. Turner kicks it over number 32. Kicks it back to Turner. Turner comes up across the timeline, picked up by Maxim. Picks up his dribble, fires it into Ducato. Ducato back to Turner. Turner up with the shot, short. Goes after his own rebound, but Jankowski's able to pick it up. He's going to bring it up across the timeline. Drives his man, gets into the lane. Nice jump stop and up off the glass. Nice move by Drake Jankowski. Turner gets the ball out of the net and brings it up across the timeline. Picked up by Maxim. He's waiting for a screen, it looks like. Gets a screen from number 32. Switch of men. Matt Hart picks him up. Or Drake Jankowski picks him up. Matt Hart on the defense. Kyle Laughlin knocks it out to Maxim. Maxim looks up ahead to Jankowski. Goes underneath the rim with the reverse right-handed layup. So 31-12. Jankowski with the last two layup made. Turner with the ball coming up across the timeline. Maxim sagging off. Playing defense, ball's fired in. Matt Hart steals the ball. Picks it up, gets it ahead to Wright Chapman. Chapman over to Laughlin on the run. Nice left-handed layup, and it's up and it's good. That was a nice find by Chapman. Great catch by Laughlin up off the glass with his left. So Turner's gonna bring it up across the timeline again. Setting up his offense. Kicks it over to Ducato. Ducato puts up the long jumper. Rebound comes out to Matt Hart. Matt Hart gets stripped by number 32 up off the glass, and it goes in. So Maxim brings it up across the timeline. Turner's guarding him, waiting for his offense to get set up. Goes to hand it off to Chapman. And the ball was deflected. Must be the Whitcomb player stepped on the sideline as he was trying to save that. So ball's gonna be put into play by Jankowski. Jankowski kicks it into the backcourt to Maxim. Setting up their offense. Gets it over to Laughlin. Laughlin's dribbling up above the timeline, gets it to Hart outside the three-point arc to Chapman. Maxim in the corner looking for the cutters. Puts the ball on the deck with his left hand. And then bring it all the way back up and reset it. Maxim's being picked up by number 32 now. Kicks it to Laughlin. Laughlin dribbles by his man. The runner's off the glass, no good. Battle for the rebound. Get a held ball, and on the change of possession, it's going to go to Whitcomb. So Turner's going to bring the ball back up. Turner's been the primary point guard for this Hornet team. Dribbles across, picks up his dribble, gets it to the foul line. Number 22 over to number 32, or number 12, Brown. Turner goes across the end line, goes up and off the glass, and Maxim picks up the foul. The basket's going to be good for Turner. So Maxim picks up his first foul, first team foul, 33-16. So Turner at the line to shoot one. Off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound off Jankowski's hands, being hounded by Turner, gets it to Maxim. Looks like they're trying to trap Maxim. He slows it down, pulls the defenders off him. Comes up across the line, kicks it over to Laughlin. Laughlin's trying to make a move. Laughlin's trying to make a move before he caught the ball, skips through his hand. Number 22, Harrington, grabs the ball, but steps on the sideline. So Jankowski's going to put the ball into play. Gets it to Laughlin in the corner. Back up to Maxim. Drake Jankowski had a nice backdoor cut. Laughlin would have seen it. Right, Chapman gets the ball, takes a couple dribbles, picks up his dribble. Matt Hart just inside the three-point line and buries the jumper. Matt Hart's having a very good shooting night. Turner's going to bring the ball up across the timeline. Kicks it over to Harrington. Harrington fumbles it, gets it back out to number 12, Brown. Brown to number 32. 32 dribble, takes a dribble, steps out, kicks it out to Schumann. Schumann to Brown, back to Turner. Turner puts it on the deck, dribble drive, kicks it over, and the ball is fumbled. Went off a foot and out of bounds. It's going to be Whitcomb ball on the end line. Checking into the game of Riley Dow and Tyler Sanderson going out of the game. Matt Hart and Keaton Wright Chapman. So West Rutland's going to set up in a 3-2 zone. On the inbound, nobody closes off the center. Easy inbound to Harrington for up in the make. 35-18. Maxim brings it up across the timeline. Turner sagging off. Gets Laughlin on a nice runner, and it's up and in. Nice cut behind the defenders there for Laughlin. Nice find by Maxim on that pass. Turner brings it up across the timeline. A little hesitation there in that left-handed dribble. Kicks it over. A little shuffle of the feet, no call. Rebound down to Harrington. Harrington kicks it out to 32 over to Brown. Brown up and short. Dow gets the rebound, gets it over to Maxim. Maxim's looking up ahead. No option, so he slows it up. Kicks it over to Jankowski. Jankowski puts it on the deck, steps through, gets hit, and they're going to give it to him. Jankowski comes through, makes a little nice stutter step, steps around the man, draws the contact, and has a chance for a three-point play. So Jankowski's at the line to shoot one. Checking into the game for Whitcomb is Rose. I believe this is the first time he's entered the game tonight. So Jankowski at the line to try to finish the three-point play, and it's good. So Harrington puts the ball into play. Turner's going to bring it up across the timeline. Still being guarded by Maxim. They're still in their man-to-man. Turner's trying to look to work off the screen. Dribbles to the corner, kicks it out to Brown. Brown kicks it down to Harrington in the short corner. Harrington into Turner in the post. Working Maxim underneath, tries to flip it up and around. Rebound comes out to Brown, and Brown is able to lay it up and in. So Maxim brings the ball up across the timeline. Being picked up by Turner. Pushes in on Turner. Skips it to Jankowski in the lane. A couple of little hesitation moves and goes up off the glass, and it's good. 42-20. So Turner's bringing it up off the timeline, looking for a screen. Nothing there. Brings it back, kicks it to Brown. It's picked up by Sanderson. Sanderson forces the ball over into the corner to Rose. Picked up by Laughlin, back out to Turner. Turner puts it on the deck. Number 32 with the back screen on Maxim. Laughlin's able to get the rebound, dribbles through a double team, gets it forward to Maxim. Maxim slows it down. Kicks it over to Jankowski. Jankowski decides on the three, comes up short. Laughlin on the rebound, but it's torn away by Brown. Brown looks across to Harrington, nice catch, nice feed up off the backboard. Nice play by the Whitcomb Hornets. So on the long rebound, able to fight away by Brown, up to Harrington, makes a nice catch and a nice layup. Maxim working on Turner. Tries to find Riley Dow down in the post, but throws it a little bit wide of his target. It was a good look, not so much on the pass. So minute 19 to go, 42 to 22, 20-point lead for the Golden Horde. Turner putting the ball in the deck, a little push off, runs off a screen set by number 32, off the backboard, and Laughlin grabs it, but he is fouled as he was trying to look over the top. I don't know who he was trying to hit over the top, but he gets fouled. Number 22, Harrington, is going to pick up that foul. End of the game for Whitcomb. Morowski is back in, and number 42, Ducato, is back in. Maxim's picked up by Turner in the backcourt, gets it over to Jankowski. The Red Sea parts, he goes all the way in. Tyler Sanderson looks to make the layup off the backboard. No good. Another rebound ripped down by Kyle Laughlin. Takes a couple dribbles, throws it over the top to Sanderson. Kyle Laughlin does a nice job of grabbing the rebound, trying to make too much out of that play, and airmails it. A little too much arm there for Kyle Laughlin. Might have worked on a football field, but playing on a basketball court tonight. So Turner brings it up across. Working Maxim, gets over Markowski over in the corner, back to Turner. Turner's resetting it with 30 seconds to go on the clock. Maxim's working him. He's looking for a 5-second count here. Gives up the ball before that comes, and get a travel called on Ducato on his shot attempt. So 19.3 seconds ago, 20-point lead for West Rutland. Ball's put into play. Maxim brings it up across the timeline, still being guarded by Turner. Looking for one shot, gives it to Dow down in the post. Great find by Riley Dow on the cutter of Jankowski. He's looking for a foul call. Into Ducato. Ducato goes up. He's fallen as he goes up for the shot. I think he's looking for a foul as well. No call, and the quarter comes to an end. 42 to 22. We're going to take a short break here for this 1-minute timeout and come back for the fourth quarter. We all set? Okay, we're back to action here in West Rutland for the start of the fourth quarter. On the floor for the Golden Horde have Keaton Wright Chapman, Drake Jankowski, Kyle Laughlin, Matt Hart, and Garrett Waite. On the floor for Whitcomb, you have Gavin Turner, Gabriel Fienery, Matt Brown, number 32, and Morowski. So Garrett Waite up top of the ball, trying to make the pass. He's got a pocket pick by Morowski. Great play by Garrett Waite as he's going in, and we get a held ball. So Garrett Waite had the turnover on this end, but great hustle play back on the far end. And on the alternating possession, it's going to go to Whitcomb. Ball's fired into 32, out to Fienery. Puts it on the deck, kicks across to Markowski, back to Fienery. Fienery dribbles back, throws it to Brown. Brown looks to put it back up top. Fienery, who's a little guy, a freshman for Whitcomb. Markowski over to number 32. Gets the ball to Turner, who's their leading scorer tonight. Gets it into Brown in the post. Tries to make the pass, it gets kicked back out to Turner. Chapman picks him up, puts a hand in. So West Rutland has come out of their traditional man-to-man and is going into a zone. Looks like here to start the fourth quarter. Jankowski bringing the ball up across the timeline. He's being picked up by Turner now with Maxim on the bench. Right Chapman kicks it to Matt Hart. Matt Hart to Laughlin, to Jankowski in the corner. Thinks about the three, puts it on the deck, gets it to Matt Hart. Kicks it over to Waite. Waite is short on his jumper. Good hustle play by Laughlin. And the ball gets batted around, goes back into Laughlin. Laughlin gets fouled on his way up. So foul is going to go on number 32. And Laughlin is going to go to the line to shoot 2. So 6:40 to go, still a 20-point lead. No buckets made in this quarter so far for either side. Only the third team foul for Whitcomb and only the first team foul for West Rutland. First one for Laughlin is up and good. So that's the first bucket of the fourth quarter. 21-point lead for West Rutland. Second one's up, bounces around, falls off. Rebound pulled down by number 32, gets it to Turner. Turner kicks it across to Moroski. Moroski brings it up across the timeline, kicks it into Brown, and we have a kick ball on Waite over in the corner trying to defend that pass. So the ball's gonna be put into play for Whitcomb on the baseline, gets it into Fernery. Little lefty dribbles up across the timeline, throws the pass up over the top to Brown. Brown hits a cutting Turner. Turner with a nice fake, puts it back to 32 at the corner jumper. Drake Jankowski rips down the rebound, throws it up to Laughlin. Laughlin, great feed across to right Chapman, who finishes with his left hand. Great ball movement. Return the favor from the last quarter where right Chapman hit Laughlin on that same type of pass. Matt Hart picks up Brown. Great hands by Matt Hart to defend that pass into the post. Ball goes out of bounds. Turner's going to put it into play. So Turner on the baseline puts it in, number 32. Blocked from behind by Laughlin. Laughlin fires the ball up ahead. Not enough on it, and Garrett Waite is going to get called for a blocking foul at the half-court line. So Laughlin has a great block from behind. He's looking to spring right Chapman over the top. Just wasn't able to throw it far enough. So ball's put into play. Finnery dribbling up across timeline. The little lefty dribbles over to the corner. Kicks it up to Moroski. Moroski looking for a cutter, doesn't find it. Finnery puts it into the post to Turner. Turner with a nice little move, up and around, high off the glass and in. Gavin Turner's having a great night. He's got to have 18 of the 24 that Whitcomb has scored tonight. Waite gets the ball at the top of the timeline, gets it to Jankowski, who kicks it out to Chapman with a long on the threes, running back on defense. Murgowski going in. Right Chapman gets a great block out of bounds. So the ball's put into play in the post, and great hands by Jankowski. Grabs the ball and gets the held ball on the alternating possession. It's going to go back to West Rutland. So 5:10 to go, 45-24. Golden Horde in the lead. Right Chapman looking to hit Laughlin in the corner, but the pass is knocked out of bounds by Finnery. So ball's gonna be put into play right in front of the West Rutland bench. Drake Jankowski puts the ball in the play, kicks it to Matt Hart. Matt Hart back to Jankowski, up off the glass and good. 47-24. Whitcomb's bringing the ball up off the timeline over with Turner. Turner crosses up Chapman, gets over to Brown. Brown back to Finnery. Finnery takes a couple dribbles, kicks it to Turner in the corner, dumps it into the post to Ducato. Ducato up off the glass, hits the deck. So foul called on Drake Jankowski, his third of the game. He grabbed the rebound, but the official said he grabbed an arm before he was able to get that rebound. Ducato up off the back iron, no good. Last touch by Whitcomb. So Jankowski kicks the ball in to play. Right Chapman comes up across the timeline, gets over to Jankowski. Jankowski holding the ball. Looked like he was looking for Laughlin in the post. Got a definite mismatch down there. Kyle Laughlin got matched up down in the post with Finnery. He's got to have a good 4 inches and probably 80 pounds on him. They're finally able to find him. He doesn't get it to go, but he does draw the foul. So the first one's up and good. We got subs coming in for West Rutland. So Tyler Sanderson is coming in for Garrett Waite. Michael Barrett in for Matt Hart, and Riley Dow is at the table. He's going in for the shooter. So Laughlin at the line to try to finish off both free throws, and it's good. So Riley Dow will enter for Kyle Laughlin. So 49-24, 4:12, or 4:18, sorry, to go here in the fourth quarter. Turner's going to bring the ball up across the timeline. So West Rutland's going to stay in their zone. A little high pressure out of Barrett. Barrett makes Turner pick up his dribble. Finnery takes a dribble, 32 over in the corner to Brown. Brown with the up fake, steps around Tyler Sanderson. Nice find on the backside to number 41, Willa Blanchard, who I believe is making his first appearance on the floor. Nice find and nice finish by Quilla Blanchard. Drake Jankowski puts the ball on the deck, runs off the screen set by Sanderson, gets it over to Wright Chapman in the corner. Wright Chapman tries to do the handoff, goes off Jankowski's foot. Wright Chapman, a little hesitation on the three-point attempt. Goes up and in. I think he was looking to draw contact, nothing called there. And the ball is pulled down by Whitcomb. Turner comes up across the line, being picked up by Barrett. Barrett forces a double dribble up at the top of the key out of Turner. So Barrett's going to put the ball into play to Jankowski in the backcourt. 3:18 to go. Jankowski's coming up across the timeline. Takes a couple dribbles. Great hesitation and cut by Chapman. Ball gets through, gets it into Tyler Sanderson in the post. Nice twist and up fake by Sanderson. And then he gets blocked on the second attempt. Turner brings it down, bring it up with his left hand. Barrett closes it down, finds Brown down in the post. And looks like Jankowski might have just picked up his fourth foul. So Brown is at the line to shoot 2. First one comes up a little bit short. So ball will be live on this one. Brown with his second attempt. Shots up, and that one is good. So 49-27, 22-point lead for the Golden Horde. Ball comes into Chapman, being picked up full court by Turner. Screen comes, and a travel called on Keaton Wright Chapman. He was looking to pass the ball to Jankowski. Jankowski was looking to set a screen for him, and he shuffled his feet. So Turner puts the ball into play, tipped by Mikey Barrett, out of bounds. So Turner's going to put it back into play a little bit farther back up the court towards their defensive end. Throws it into Finnery. Finnery comes up across the timeline, the little lefty, dribbles to the corner, gets a screen from Brown, puts up the long three. It comes up a little bit short. Ball's on the floor, and we have a jump ball, alternate possession going to Whitcomb. So 22-point lead, 2:36 to go for the Golden Horde. Turner kicks it into 32. 32 doesn't even bring it down. Nice play. Puts it up off the glass. Turner with a hustle play. Gets the rebound high off the glass. No good. Last touch by Whitcomb. So Jankowski puts the ball in play to Keaton Wright Chapman. Wright Chapman's dribbling up the court. Whitcomb did this on Saturday to the JV team when they were down by 20. Putting high pressure, full court man type of pressure at the end of the game, trying to get some turnovers. Jankowski with a nice little turnaround with a two-pointer. Turner kicks it over to 32. 32 back to Turner down in the post. Bumps into Michael Barrett. Is able to go up and under the glass and to make that nice right-handed runner. He's done that 4 or 5 times tonight. A couple times drawing the foul and getting the N1. Jankowski with the ball. Kicks it to Sanderson. Sanderson with a couple ball fakes. Kicks it to Barrett. Barrett over to Wright Chapman. Wright Chapman in to Drake Jankowski in the post. Nice little spin up off the glass with his right hand for 2 more. So 53-29, minute 32 to go. So the West Rutland Golden Horde JV team is going to continue their nice season of winning all of their games so far. They're a really fun group to watch. They have a lot of good ball movement, a lot of nice young players. Team's made up of 1 8th grader, 2 sophomores, and the rest of them or 3 sophomores, the rest of them are freshmen. So the future in West Rutland looks really, really bright for basketball. Ball's in to the lane. Number 41, Quilla Blanchard, is going up for the shot. And I believe he was fouled by Barrett on the shot. So he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Probably not what Coach Dunchus wants at this point with a substantial lead. Minute 13 to go. No sense in fouling. Now one comes up, misses everything. So short on the first one. 1 more to go for Quilla Blanchard. So second attempt for Quilla Blanchard is up. That one's long off the back iron. Tyler Sanderson grabs the rebound, gets surrounded by Whitcomb players, gets it out to Mikey Barrett. Michael Barrett comes up across the timeline, kicks the ball to Jankowski in the corner, takes a couple dribbles, little runner, a little bit short, puts the ball on the deck in a lot of traffic, and the ball rolls over the end line. Last touch by White. So it's going to come back to Whitcomb. Whitcomb puts the ball into play to Turner. Turner's going to bring it up across the timeline. So 51 seconds to go here in West Rutland. 53-29 lead for the Golden Horde. Turner up again with his right hand. Another made basket by Turner. Wright Chapman, nobody picking him up. This game ends, but it looks like Drake Jankowski is just going to pull the ball back out and just hold it to finish out the game. Pulls it back out to Barrett. Barrett takes a couple dribbles. He's being guarded. Finnery kicks it over to Chapman. Chapman just going to dribble it out. And that's how the game ends. So here in West Rutland Golden Horde beat the Whitcomb Hornets 53-31. Take a break and we'll be broadcasting the varsity game after a short time.